What up, people? Joshua Woodruff, roofer near me. Hey, I was thinking about how all these people are still spending money, right? And we're doing these roofs, and we were doing remodels, but roofs. Everybody's replacing roofs, or doing remodels, whatever it is, building a deck, building a fence. Where are these people finding this money? I'm like, man, it's crazy that gas is this high, food is this high, everybody's complaining and feeling the pain, but people are still building, people are still spending money, people are still buying cars and doing this. Like, what it shows me, and what I've understood for a long time, and putting it to the world as a whole now, is that you will find a way, no matter what that line is, right? So if you got to have this much for groceries, and you got to have this much for this and this and this, and that line is right here, you'll find a way to get to that line, right? And if it's down here, you'll find a way to get to that line no matter what. So I had this saying, and I told my guys, I used to say this all the time. I said, whether I make $500 a week or whether I make $5,000 a week, I just get by. I'm like, how is that possible? It's because whatever amount that you have to come up with, you come up with it. So with that, shouldn't we, and this is showing me as a whole, society is still able to come up with that money, and they're still building fences and doing whatever they want to do, right? They're still making the bills, and they're still spending a little more. I know it hurts, but people are creative, and they're having to do it, so it's happening. Shouldn't we use that same creativity and that same level of gumption, or whatever you want to call it, to achieve more? But again, here we go, just doing the bare minimum, right? Shouldn't we take that same attitude and set the bar higher for ourselves? Say if I've got to come up with $1,000, but really, if gas went up or this went up or whatever, I'd have to come up with $1,300. So should not always come up with that $1,300 and use it for something else, put it aside, do whatever? You know, shouldn't I set the bar as high as I can push it? Or shouldn't we just learn to be entrepreneurs and produce money, make a money-making machine? That's what I'm learning how to do, is create a money-making machine. My business is a money-making machine. Any business that we do, and even your labor, is a money-making machine. You go to work for a certain amount of hours, you get paid a certain amount. Well, we should learn how to generate money, how to build something that has workers that creates money for us. A business, anything, you should learn how to create and function something that generates money at the end of it. Put this much in, you get that much out. So that's where we should be, is instead of that line being right here, right, we should push ourselves to have no line. There should be no limit. Just learning how to produce more and more money. And when you do that, you help other people, right? That line that has an open end now gets to pour out onto all these other people, and you can show them how you did it, and then we'll all be in a better place, and there won't be this. They're trying to create a huge generational gap, wealth gap. They're trying to create a huge wealth gap. We were talking about generations this morning, but a wealth gap, you know, and it's getting further and further. The wealth gap, there is no middle class. It's getting either you're poor or you're wealthy. That's where we're headed, and they want that, because then if you're in the wealthy club, well, you know, you get to do all the other stuff, and you get to tell the peons get told what to do, right? And you're not one of them. So that's the goal of everybody. But if you pour out, like we were just talking about, if you have that open end and you show others how to do the same thing you're doing, and everybody becomes entrepreneurs, then the wealth goes around, everybody helps one another, we're all on the same level, we have more equality, and that equality is comfort of life, right? That's what it's all about, helping one another, being a good person, and creating a level of comfort and security and all of that. The people that are in charge, that want all the power, that are trying to create that wealth gap, they don't want you feeling secure and safe and thinking for yourself and all of this. They want you under their thumb, working for them, having nothing and being happy is what they say. But I'm not happy with that. I want to be help to everyone. I want everybody to have freedom, financial freedom, to do whatever it is that comes about in your life, right? Whatever you want to do. If someone gets sick, or for my instance, a horse got sick, and surgery is going to be like $15,000, $10,000 or $15,000. Well, now that horse's life is whether I can afford to give him surgery or not. How is that fair, right? And now imagine if that's your loved one and you don't have insurance and they've got to have this surgery, this operation, and if you don't have the money, they're going to die, or whatever it is. Money shouldn't be the determining factor whether someone lives or dies or has a certain level of comfort in their life. So by doing what I'm doing and trying to create this entrepreneurship for a bunch of people, and machines that create money, you get a return on your money. With all that being said, I'm just trying to give people freedom. So that's the goal, right? To learn how to do what we're doing, to give people freedom, and that's freedom to choose. Look, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all listening to me, getting all the feedback. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and I love it. It's amazing how many people are watching, and appreciate y'all listening to me ramble. You know, all this brain does itself, but I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace.